And we want to welcome everybody tonight here on the Rebels Racing Network. We've got the Magic Manzo ARCA series tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Rebel 100. We got 67 laps tonight. Cool track temperature, 67 degrees, as it is a night race tonight. So a lot of grip out there for these cars, JB, and it should be an exciting race.
Yeah, hopefully everybody will keep cool heads, just like the cool track, and we'll get a lot of green flag racing here. I've noticed in practice, a lot of guys are running different lines. Some are running high, some are running low, and some are even running in the middle. So it should be for exciting racing here at Charlotte tonight.
The times up through the top 10 are pretty close to one another, as these guys have got about a minute left here before they start gridding, but we got Mickey Isaac right now sitting on the pole, and he's been strong over the past couple of weeks. We've called his name quite a bit, and not surprising to see him up front in that 01 Chevrolet right now.
Yeah, that's last week's race winner right there.
Yeah.
So got that thing back up to the front. Guess he got a taste of it last week. Wants some more.
It's always good talking to him too. A lot of fun to talk to. Great racer out there. Really knows how to take care of his car, and yeah, we'll see how the rest of these guys kind of stack up a little bit. As our top 4 to 5, we're less than a tenth from each other. So this is going to be some really tight racing this evening.
Sure, definitely looking forward to it. These guys always put on a good show. Sure, tonight will be no different.
Yeah, we've really had the privilege of watching some really good racing here, and they've got a large field of cars out here this evening. I mean, I think we counted up like 36 cars out here tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see how many actually take the grid and the start here. But man, I mean, there have been some great races, some green flag runs, and I expect nothing different here this evening. So we'll bring up our starting grid.
Yeah, 31 cars took time, so
wow,
gonna be a big field.
That is, yeah. That's a lot of guys out here this evening as they're taking the grid. We've got Mickey Isaac sitting on the pole in that 01 car. To his outside, Matt Kleeman in the 21. Garrett Kinder in that 76, who had a great run earlier this evening at Indianapolis Motor Speedway there in the Extreme Xfinity Series, hosted by us at Go Locker Racing. Jesse Necula, again, always up front, sitting in that 4th position. Brad Stevens, or Rad, I should say, in the 386. Starting in 6th is Scott Pittman in the 071. Starting 7th, Alan Wernicke in that 48 car. Starting 8th, Todd Schott in the 426. Starting 9th, Charles Stevens Jr. in that 88 from Big Fish Motorsports. Starting 10th, Brandon Wallace in that 99 car from Double Down Racing. Starting 11th, Rich Yeoman in that number 25. Starting 12th is Kai Shepard in that number 60 car. As we continue down through the field here, starting 13th is William Griffith in the number 12. Jonah Covert in that number 31 car. Starting 15th is John Geiss in the 36. To his outside, Aaron Attic in the number 23. Starting 17th is Ray Page in that number 41 car. And 18th is Jacob Ellison in the number 61.
All right, start 19th, number 58, Stephen McDonald is outside in the number 11 car, Spencer Gay. Starting 21st, our favorite Marine, Chuck Phelps, on his outside, and the number 79 is Josh Lokenvitz. Starting 23rd, number 6, Tyler Rice. On his outside is number 71 of Eric Burkhalter. Starting 25th, number 17, Josh the Jet Oswald. Another time where we're going to get to see Josh work his way up through this field. I'm sure we'll be talking about him by before the end. 26 to the outside, number 81, Eric Santee. Starting 27th, number 95, Mike Brown. Starting 28th, number 9, Mike Beath. 29th, number 42, Joaquin Meza. 30th, number 94, Keith Durst. Is outside, the 55 of Ken Leap. Starting 34th, number 67, Daniel Quinn. And starting 35th, 178 car of Cody Bohm. 32nd, well, I think we got a little mix up here with scoring. The 77 car of Magic Mike Aribe. is outside the 109 of Tevin Whitner. And rolling off 33rd or 36th, I'm not quite sure. Number 44 of Phil Hitman Manzo.
I definitely think you had your scoring time is jumping around on you there a little bit. It's got a strong field tonight of 36 cars taking the grid for us. So can't wait to get this race underway. 67 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway night at the Rebel 100, this Magic Manzo ARCA Menard Series. Man, a lot of good-looking cars out there this evening. Strong field of drivers. Some of these guys just finishing up with the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway earlier this evening, where Goat Locker Racing had a heck of a run tonight.
It was awesome. That was a great race. All three of us, finishing in the top three. You getting the win. That was awesome. Cody second. Me bringing home third. That was a great night for us.
Absolutely. As I think our pace car hangs that left-hand turn going down pit road. And we are going to get to some racing here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway as that green flag is out.
And they're off.
And Mickey Isaac gets a pretty good jump there on the start. This 21 car of Matt Kleeman is coming strong on the outside. Mickey gets a heck of a start. And now Matt is coming under fire from Garrett Kinder, who's now pushed himself up to second place. And we definitely got a wreck and a bunch of cars.
Big pile up. Have to keep an eye on a 61 car with that Goat Locker paint scheme. Make sure he got through that okay.
We had quite an accident there on lap number 1, and we'll do a race rewind here.
He's already scuffed up the side on that 61 car. Come on, Jake. You got to keep that thing clean, man.
We'll see where the mayhem ensued. Watch these guys head off into turn 1. I think we're going to see a few of the guys back in the pack. Yep, and it's just a couple cars get loose, a couple cars get together, and it is mayhem out the field back there. Tough break for some of these guys this evening. Never want to use up that fast repair that quick. As we can see, a bunch of cars again getting collected up here. Tough break there. And back out front, the field is still catching up to the pace car here.
Had to chuckle. Someone over race comms was asking if they still had a front end on their car.
Well, I'm sure a few guys right now are wondering what exactly is left of their cars. Because we've had a bunch of guys, it seems, that have come down pit road. We've had a few come down, get some repairs done, get the cars fixed up. You know, that accident right there probably collected up, easily 7-8 cars.
Right on the start. It's gonna make it a long night for some people.
Yeah, you hate it when it happens on that first lap there. You know, I know a lot of guys, you jump into these races, and, you kind of get the jitters going and everything else, and you're excited to get racing. You head off into turn 1 and don't quite have control of that car, and a lot like we talked about last week, Jamie. These ARCA Menards cars are not easy to handle. It's not like taking a cup car and making a couple of adjustments and just driving around. You've really got to wheel these things.
Yeah, the track temperature's down, so everybody's probably feeling like they got a bunch of grip, which they will. But these ARCA cars, they are loose until the tire temps come up. So they need to take it a little easy and let the race get sorted out. But everybody's trying to get what they can get on the fresh tires and on the restarts. It's understandable. You just got to fight that urge, take care of your equipment, and get them in a few laps.
Yeah, a lot of times when it comes to these races and restarts, and, you know, the initial starts of the race, patience is key. You can get up there and you can put your nose in there, or you can get side by side with somebody. But really, if you take 4 or 5 laps, or even up to 10 laps, take care of your equipment, you'll pass that guy, and you'll find yourself working yourself back up to the lead. So a little patience goes a long ways.
That's right.
So I'm looking back through the field here, Jamie. I'm thinking these ARCA guys don't want to buy us any more food. So all I really see is like Mountain Dew and Busch beer. And, you know, where's our White Castle car?
You know, that is a good question. Where is the 10 car? Is he even here?
Not
well, I don't see him. I don't see Dave Jones in the field tonight. So that's unfortunate. Maybe he had to pull a shift or something at the White Castle.
Excuse me.
Oh, you all right?
I think so.
Don't be sending COVID over here now. Come on.
Well, I'm 1 of 2 shots into my vaccination, so I think we're okay, but I'm not fully vaccinated yet.
All right. Well, I've had both of mine, but who knows? I guess they only last about a week or something like that, so we'll see. And I don't need this. I don't need the internet variant of COVID. I don't think there's any protection from that.
No, there probably isn't, Jamie. Yeah. I think we've, in our time in the Navy, we've been subjected to a lot worse than the super flu.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm immune. Lights are off on the pace cars. Field is now formed up 2 wide, which is unusual. Usually we have single file restarts in ARCA.
Yeah, with this size of field, maybe they decided to change it up here a little bit.
Yeah.
Get the field a little closer together. Because you stretch us out single file, maybe guys starting on the back stretch.
Yeah, that's true. You had the back of the field getting ready to go lap down before they came back around to the start-finish line.
As Mickey Isaac continues to lead, we're only 5 laps into our 67 laps tonight here at the Rebel 100. Again, you got Pat and JB here with the Rebels Racing Network, Goat Locker Racing. Happy to be out here this evening, and hopefully these guys can get underway here and get back to racing the way we used to see them racing, with some long green flag runs and some great door-to-door racing. And that pace car is off.
And Mickey Isaac gets the jump. Garrett Kinder on his outside. Going to be a battle out in the turn 1, but it looks like Mickey's going to clear him.
Yeah, Garrett got a pretty good restart there. Just wasn't able to stay right next to him, but is making a solid charge to the front.
We got a much better start that time. Everyone's through cleanly. Still got some side-by-side racing, but I'm sure we'll get that sorted out.
I suspect here a little bit, watching Garrett going through 3 and 4, that he seems to take the high line through there, and that might be a little bit of a tire strategy for him, trying to save a little bit of his equipment for later on.
Yeah, for sure. The high line definitely seems to be the preferred line here lately with iRacing. Definitely save some tires by being up there. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Mickey Isaac keeps the car down on that white-blue line coming through 3 and 4, and continues to hold the lead over Garrett Kinder.
Yeah, you can see there by Garrett running that high line, he's getting a heck of a run off the corner, really being able to pull the bumper, and we are under caution yet again. We'll take a look back through the field here and see if we can see what happened. Is the Jet has got some serious right front damage here. Happened to pick him up a little bit back here in the field. Everybody else seems to be pointed in the right direction. There's Joaquin Meza in that number 42 car. Jonah Colbert not having a typical Jonah Colbert night as of yet, sitting back at 21st. Magic Mike looks to be doing all right. I don't see a whole lot of wounded cars here, Jamie.
No, I'm checking on our guy, Jake Ellingson in the 61 car. That car still looks good. A little scuffed up from the first start, but other than that, I don't see he's picked up anything new. So I'm not quite sure where the incident happened.
Me either. All I saw going back to the field was some right front damage on the Jets car there, but not sure if that was the cause of it or if he maybe just got into the wall there a little bit. But since we're talking about Jacob Ellison there and that Goat Locker Racing number 61 car, damn good-looking car out there on the track and representing the name well. As he's up 8 positions from where he started, and he's now cracked the top 10.
Nice. Very nice job.
So we are 10 laps into our Rebel 100 this evening at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Couple quick cautions here to start this race off. Not real typical for these guys, but I'll tell you, Jamie, I think this is one of the biggest fields we've seen in the ARCA series.
Yeah, it's nice to see this many people showing up. I mean, it makes it for exciting racing. And I'm glad to see these guys are out here supporting Magic Mike and Phil Manzo, the Magic Manzo team now. So you know, they put a lot of effort into this, and it's good to see these guys show up and support them.
I wonder if Magic Mike and you know, old Manzo that played the piano. I can almost see them, you know, strumming along to a little bit of Ebony and Ivory type thing. The way they did the name mashup there.
Yeah, you know, or that or they were following in our footsteps. The whole Jam Kook racing, you know, they saw success, you know, and decided to copy it.
So, hey, Magic Mike, if you're listening, I need you to jump on the old TikTok, and you and Manzo need to do us a little Ebony and Ivory, and I think it would be awesome.
I'd watch it.
Oh, I'd definitely watch it.
And if you guys don't have TikTok, we do have TikTok with Goat Locker Racing, and that would be awesome to have the two of you doing Ebony and Ivory for our first post on TikTok.
I have a bad feeling this is somehow gonna happen, and I'm not gonna say we're gonna regret what we just said, but I think it's gonna happen.
I hope so.
As we kind of look at the field right now, our top runners have kind of held station at this point in time. Haven't had a whole lot of green flag running right now for them to try to separate themselves. We got Mickey Isaac still sitting up there in first. Garrett Kinder sitting out there in second in that Busch car. Brad Stevens in that 386. And Jesse Necula still holding on to fourth. And Brandon under the top 5. Down 3 positions from where he started. But Matt Kleeman in that number 21 car still holding strong in the top 5. So I think it's really going to take, we got to get some green flag runs here to see how some of these guys are going to handle the tire wear and how this track's going to change a little bit here under the night conditions.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to see some more action up at the front if we can get a long enough green flag run here. But kind of impressed that with 2 big accidents, we've still got 31 cars on the lead lap. So still a lot of cars out there that still have a chance. Hopefully somebody will get up there and start mixing it up with Mickey and Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the last thing a lot of these drivers want to see. If Garrett makes his way up to the lead, and he's been very, very strong in this ARCA series, he continues to be the point leader, you know, at this point, and won quite a few races. So we'll have to see what some of these other guys have for him. But right now, looking pretty strong in that number 76 Busch car.
Yeah, he had a good run tonight earlier too at Indianapolis. He said that was his first time running a race there, which kind of was baffling to hear that. But you know, he had a solid 7th place finish for his first time. So
yeah, that still blows my mind, Jamie.
Yeah,
like the mecca of racing, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, world renowned, and it never laid a lap there before. So. Garrett, if you're listening, if the family's listening, you need to venture outside of Oklahoma. There's a great big wide world out here, and we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you.
I'm not a road course guy either, but I've still run the Daytona, the 24 Hours of Daytona, Garrett. There's just certain things you have to do if you're going to drive a race car.
Absolutely. As our pace car hangs off. Yep, and we get back under green here.
Oh, and Mickey takes off. He is gone. Brings the 386 of Rad. Stevens along with him.
Great restart for our leader there. Brad clears Garrett in that 76 car. And we're back underway here. Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Rebel 100.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mickey and Rad are working together, but it sure looks like Rad knew when Mickey was going to go.
And he's making a charge right now at Mickey to see if he can get that 386 up there to the front and become only the second race leader of our race this evening. There's some tight racing right now. I think Mickey's going to have to come off that white line. Oh, he gets in the wall. He is still down on the apron, but
he's probably going to lose a few spots here, I imagine. Jesse might cut him a break, but
yeah, Jesse to his outside. Great job and great car control to keep that car gathered up. Merge back up onto the track without causing a lot more chaos there. So I give a lot of credit to the driver of that 386 car. Just pushing a little bit too hard, a little bit too early there. Got himself up into the wall.
Yeah. See how he does, if he can hang on to the leaders over this run. Not sure how bad he hurt the car. See if he starts making a move back up, or if he just needs to hold on until he can take a pit stop and get that thing fixed.
So take a look at the car right now on screen. I'm not really seeing any damage to the car. So I think he just kissed it there a little bit. Fenders all look straight and everything like that. So gather it back up and see if he can't make a charge back towards the front.
Now at the front, Mickey Isaac continues to lead the field with Garrett Kinder in second place. The gap has been holding steady here over the last couple laps.
We'll take a look to see how Mickey Isaac here and Garrett Kinder are swapping back and forth, and quite honestly, it has been a game of inches between them. One will run just a little bit faster than the other from lap to lap. So we'll have to see which line really pays off. As Mickey keeps that car down on that white line as he goes through the corner, and Garrett is running up a little bit higher through the corners. We got Jesse Necula. Tends to run a little bit more higher up the line. I wouldn't call him any Tyler Reddick or anything like that. But I've seen Jesse many times throughout these races run a little bit higher to save those tires, so he's there in the long run.
Yeah, my guess, if they continue to run these same lines, give it about 15 laps into this run, I think you're going to start really seeing a difference between Garrett's tires and Mickey's. Well, but we say that, now Garrett is dropping down to that low line. Maybe he's abandoning the top.
I could take a look here. Definitely losing a little bit of time for our leader, Mickey Isaac. Now Mickey is out to almost a 0.7 of a second lead, as we have just crossed that 20 lap mark here at 67 laps in the Rebel 100. Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Rebels Racing Network. I swear sometimes, Jamie, there's so many things that you got to say when you're up here in the booth. It's hard to keep some of it straight.
I hear you. And they come up with some tongue twisters for us.
That they do, man. At least they kept it simple tonight. So Manzo, I know that you're listening, and you're in the car right now, or somebody's listening. We appreciate you just calling it the Rebel 100. We got enough tongue twisters going out here this evening. As most people that probably listen to this broadcast has realized, I am not good with people's names.
Well, what was it a couple weeks ago? The Silver State Slot
Oh.
car.
Absolute misery on that one.
Yeah.
But I think we had our other teammate Cody kind of in the background trying to help us out. And when you know you got a good old boy from freaking Alabama trying to help you speak English, things have gone wrong. We had got a caution out again. Take a look back.
I am not seeing issues.
Oh, we got Joaquin Meza that is down on the apron. And our number 6 car is also all tied up with Tyler Rice. So we will take a look at what happened here. As we do a little bit of a race rewind. Yeah, it is tough to keep up. Oh, we got another car that was down on the inside, so we'll have to see what happened here.
I mean, Joaquin don't look too bad.
No, and looks to be we got a couple of these guys with some internet issues. I'm trying to do the race rewind here, but they're kind of blipping in and out on me.
Tyler Rice has a lot of damage on the rear of that number 6 Winn-Dixie machine.
He sure does. We had another car that was down in the grass.
And he's into the barrels. The car just won't turn. And he's now towed. Oh, and he must be running that race shop. Who do we have a couple weeks ago did that? That race shop must be coming out of LA. Got the bounce going on as it sits on the pit stall.
Right? I remember that. As our leaders are all on pit road right now, and Mickey Isaac brings that 0-1 car down. Get serviced up, get back out there. As we are 24 laps into our 67 laps at the Rebel 100 Charlotte Motor Speedway this evening. Here with the Magic Manzo ARCA series.
And Mickey's going to win the battle off of pit road. Going to retain that number 1 spot. Garrett Kinder's off second, right behind him, followed by Jesse Necula.
We'll take a look at those pit stop times there. Back up front here to Mickey. We'll let this kind of sort out here a little bit. Mickey Isaac, 14.5. Garrett Kinder a little bit slower with a 15-second stop there. Jesse Necula with a 15.3 and a real fast out of Aaron Addock at a 14.3. So nice job. Continue to cycle a little bit here under caution at the Rebel 100 with the Rebels Racing Network. Talk a little bit about what we're doing here at Goat Locker Racing. And glad to see the 61 car out there tonight of Jacob Ellison representing us and representing those colors. Always awesome to see. A lot of phenomenal sponsors that help us out with everything that we do, from Gill Insurance Advisors to Jam Promotions, and to all the sponsors that also help out here in the original Rebels. I know that Magic Mike and Manzo put this series on and put a lot of their time and money into it. So it's always great to be out here with them, be able to represent some of these sponsors and be able to talk about them.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are doing a phenomenal job with this series. We also need to talk about our other sponsors too. Tracks for Vets, G2G Trailers, Travis Lee Creative. They help us grow here at Goat Locker Racing. Been a wild few weeks for us. It seems like each week is something bigger and better is happening.
Yes, it now seems that we are Goat Locker Broadcasting.
Really not sure how that ended up happening, but
I'm not sure either, Jamie. And I think as of tomorrow, and we'll make the announcement later, that we might be inking another broadcasting deal tomorrow. So for some crazy reason, we seem to have a fan base that like listening to two old guys talk about racing.
Yeah, I guess. It really took me by surprise. I'm Didn't think anybody would want to listen to us. But, there's people to do, and I'm getting messages every day from people that are thrilled with what we're doing. So as long as people are enjoying it, then I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It makes for a very long Friday night coming off the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series, putting the time and effort in there. And again, hell of a race tonight. With us finishing 1, 2, 3, and then take a little bit of a break and jump back in here with these ARCA guys. But man, I wouldn't miss some of these ARCA races. Great group of guys. Happy to call these races with them.
Tell you, definitely easier to come back and do it after we have a good run like we did tonight. So, wait, what? I don't know if you can make it out on your end, but looks like Alan Warnecki and Ken Lee
stayed out.
Stayed out. Both of them stayed out.
Yeah.
Where are they at on tires? Are we gonna potential for a disaster here on this restart?
They have. Well, it looks like Warnecki has got 21 laps on his tires. Leaf's got 25. So I'm not sure, Jamie, how this is really going to play out here.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this because this could. Oh, Warnecki gets out to a good start. Doesn't spin the tires. Ken Leaf's a little bit slow and holds Kinder up. But
Mickey Isaac is coming.
Yeah, he 48 car got away clean, so good for him. Made the right call. If he can stay up here and keep in contact with these leaders, he's not going to be able to hold this lead because Mickey Isaac's on these fresh tires. He's going to eat him up here in a couple laps, but this could be the call of the race right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you got to make the gamble a little bit, understand what that car is giving you. And if he wasn't seeing a whole lot of tire fall off, hey, keep it out front, lead you some laps, grab you some bonus points, and see if you can't mix it up. 10 laps from now, we catch another caution, and that's a hell of a call he just made. He gets back on equal tires with everybody else.
That's right. And another thing, we have not seen Mickey Isaac have to deal with the dirty air, so we'll see if he's as I say that, he's making a run on the 48 right now.
Strong run.
He's going to get him going into turn 1, I'm pretty sure.
Wasting no time, Mickey Isaac with the 0-1 car. Sends it down in there. But I tell you, Alan Warnecki is not going to give it up and gets that run to the outside, which is bringing Garrett Kinder up into the picture.
Yeah, Alan Warnecki made that outside work. He held off Mickey Isaac and is retaking the lead here. Mickey Isaac's going to give it another run. Oh, Mickey Isaac's into the wall a little bit.
Gives a little kiss with the right rear. Don't see any damage there, but probably slowed him up just a bit. And Garrett says, thank you. I'll go ahead and send this car down in.
Sure has. So, we've got Darlington Stripe, and apparently last night we figured out that there's the Richmond Rub. What are we going to call that at Charlotte now?
Oh, Jamie, I might have to get back to you on that one.
Well, whatever we do, we got.
We'll come up as Garrett.
Yeah. Garrett Kinder to the inside to take the lead, brings Mickey Isaac along with him, and this time he's going to get by Alan Warnecki, who drops back to third.
So now we see the two cars that are sitting out front all night long, which is Garrett Kinder and Mickey Isaac. But again, first time Mickey Isaac is really having to deal with any type of traffic. And so it is going to be interesting to see how he moves up through the field, as now Alan Warnecki is starting to feel those old tires as Aaron Addock in the number 23 Menards car moves down to the inside of him and pulls up into third position. That is a sharp-looking car with mellow yellow on the front as well.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'll tell you what, he is making a run here towards the front. I don't think he's going to be satisfied with third. Yeah, he looked really fast getting through 1 and 2. As Mickey Isaac is wanting to get this lead back from Garrett Kinder right now. How about the Charlotte Crinkle? How about that?
Hey, you know what? We're gonna go with the Charlotte Crinkle. I don't know how long we can keep this up with. I don't even want to start thinking about it. Oh, and we've got another caution that has come out. We'll take a look back through the field here. Oh, and they are still wrecking. 386 cars involved, gets hit again, still gets hit again, and we have a parking lot on the backstretch. Oh my goodness, there are cars and carnage everywhere. Wow. That was a gigantic crash there. I think we're going to have to call that more than the Charlotte Crinkle there, my friend.
Yeah, that's the Charlotte calamity right there. You know, that's two big wrecks already here. I mean, those are like Dega and Daytona big ones right there. Collected a lot of cars in that incident.
Jesse Necula's all tore up coming down pit road. We got the number 12 car of William Griffith is all tore up. He's got swam on the back of that. Our 95 car is very torn up behind him as we have a bunch of wounded cars coming down pit road right now. And I know from that first accident, some of these guys have probably already used up that fast repair. So this is going to make for a long night. As here comes Peg Leg missing the entire front of his 75 car. But had his fast repair because they put a nose back on that car super quick.
All right, good for you. Good for you there, Peg Leg. Get back out here and get back in this fight. And I want to point out that Jacob Ellingson in the 61 is up to 5th place. You know, I told him last week that Goat Locker Racing paint scheme was going to give him at least another 50 horsepower, and I think he's figuring out how to make use of that.
Absolutely, he has had a great night. He's up 13 positions from where he started. Again, carrying the colors of that Goat Locker Racing car. We couldn't be more proud to actually be sponsoring a car here in the ARCA series as well. So, great run tonight so far, Jacob. Hope we can get you up there and to that podium finish.
I want him up here for an interview.
I don't think what Jacob realizes is that we get half. All race winnings.
That's right. But you know what? I'll tell you what, on second thought, Jacob, get to 4th place and call it good, because you get up here to 3rd, I'm probably going to have a lot of people beat me down wanting Goat Locker paint scheme. So, second thought, just get to 4th, kid.
2 weeks from now, everybody's running a Goat Locker paint scheme. Jamie hasn't slept in 7 days. So now have Garrett Kinder out front in that 76 Busch car, and we are 36 laps into our 67 laps this evening, so just past halfway here. Get that green flag with probably 29 laps to go. We've had a couple big accidents this evening. It's a little bit of a product of Charlotte Motor Speedway, a little bit of a product of just a really big field of drivers this evening. More than we've seen in the past before. 30 plus cars out here on the track, so it gets hard to keep up with some of it, and some of these guys are just feeling how tough it is to drive these ARCA cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Big field. Not so much a tough track, but definitely a tough car to handle. So these things are going to happen. But the last few laps have been pretty exciting up at the front, as Mickey Isaac has been putting a lot of pressure on Garrett Kinder to get this lead back. Good strategy.
Yeah, we got the 71 car that's now up in the top 4 of Eric Burkhalter, who's up 20 positions from where he started. So we got some cars up here this evening that are started in the back that have found their way up to the front just by keeping the cars clean and avoiding some of these big accidents that we've had out here this evening. So good to see some of these guys running up front. Good to see Eric Burkhalter in that 71 car up front. That cool looking gray and kind of pink scheme. Can't quite read who his primary sponsor is, but good to see him out here and running up front.
Now listen, Eric, you got to get by one more car if you want to match my run tonight. from earlier. Okay? I made up 21 spots, so you've made up 20. You gotta get by Aaron Adcock and get to 21.
Well, we'll see if we can't have him be the biggest mover on Friday night series. That's a tall order right there. What you did, in the previous race, and for somebody else to come back here in these ARCA cars and do it, especially after these big accidents. We'll have to see if he can make it happen. We got some wounded cars back throughout the field here. We'll see how it continues to go.
Yeah, I'm looking at Eric's car, and I'm not for. Well, pace car's off. We'll talk about that later. Garrett's gonna get a good jump.
I think he's gonna drop in behind him. He's really like that low line, so I suspect he's gonna send it down in there. Garrett's trying to take the air off the nose of him and runs that low line as well. Just trying to keep him at bay at this point in time. As we are single file back through the field. Mickey again sent it down there on that low line. He's really putting all kinds of pressure on our leader, Garrett Kinder, right now.
And Aaron Adcock is loving to see this. He wants to see those two get up there and mix it up and give him a shot of pull right up in there and get to this fight as well.
Top three right now, and we're pulling away just a little bit from the rest of the field. Take a look at our track map for this evening. See where everybody's running.
Looks like Rich Yeoman maybe got into the wall pretty good. There's a lot of sparks flying as Jacob Ellingson gets under Eric Burkhalter, trying to take that spot away. And it looks like he's made it. That's going to put Jacob Ellingson in the 61 Goat Locker Racing car up to 4th.
These top three guys are really starting to dice it up here a little bit. Because Garrett is doing everything he can to hold on to that lead. And Mickey gets in there a little bit deep, pushes up, gets into the side of Garrett, and that allows Aaron Adcock to move to the lead. Everybody's got their cars pointed in the right direction, and don't know what the caution was out back, but man, that was some tight racing up front. We'll do
Yeah, I missed whatever the caution was. I was trying to get cycled back up to the leaders when the yellow came out.
We'll take a look at what was going on up front. Man, that was some tight racing. We'll see the three of them head down into turn 3. Mickey really sends it in there and pushes up, gets into the side of Garrett, allows Aaron Adcock to move to the lead there. Boy, some tight door-to-door racing up front. And again, like you said, I'm not sure what brought the caution out. We'll go back and take a look back through the field here. There's Magic Mike looking pretty slick in that 77. Old school throwback Plymouth. Kai Shepard sitting on pit road, one very wounded number 60 car. So I'd imagine it had something to do with him. Peg leg still out there running around. Kai Shepard seems to be the one car that I have found that looks pretty tore up right now. Because now we've got 31 car Jonah Colbert on pit road. Still had his quick repair left, so he's getting his car fixed up real quick and a new set of tires, and he'll be underway, but it looks like Kai Shepard is going to have to spend some time here on pit road getting that car fixed up.
Tough break for Kai.
Yeah, we'll take a look at old Philip Manzo here. Old Phil Manzo in that 44 car. Still looking very clean. Brought it down pit road, grabbed him some new tires. He's up 8 positions from his starting spot. Sitting back in 25th right now. I believe we still have Garrett Kinder out front. Must not think the damage is too bad to his car. It's going to take a look at it. I think he's gonna be okay because Mickey Isaac really got into the driver's side of that car, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of damage on it right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a little scuffed up. I don't even see a wheel donut on there. So the front end looks good. I'm sure Garrett's just gonna stay out there and he'll be fine.
As we wind the laps down, we've got 25 laps to go out of our 67 laps. It's in the Rebel 100 tonight, the Magic Manzo ARCA series. We got Pat and Jamie up here in the booth for the Rebels Racing Network. Having a blast calling it this evening. It has been a competitive race. It has been an aggressive race. We've seen more than our fair share of cautions fly tonight, Jamie.
Yeah, more than I expected to see. But we can see a little bit different race tonight. But, you know, still been a good show. We've had a lot of action up at the front. So, still got some racing here to do, so it's not over yet. But I'm really liking what we're seeing out of these top three. It's going to be a battle the rest of the way with them. And we can't count out Jacob Ellickson either in the 61 car.
Absolutely not. That fixed 50 extra horsepower he is putting into good use this evening.
He is. And, you know, if he gets to start up along with these guys, we might actually see something out of him. More than what we've seen so far. He's had to come through the traffic starting 18th, working his way up to 4th. So now that he's getting in touch with the leaders, we'll see what he's got.
So we'll take a look back through the field here a little bit as they're still cycling around under caution. We've got Matt Kleeman sitting back in our 6th position, down 4 spots from where he started, but still having a great race. Back in 7th is Josh. Yeah. Lockett.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one, Jamie.
We can both be wrong, but
yeah, one of these days. The Jet's still sitting back there with a pretty good looking car, and then we got involved in some earlier stuff.
Again, up 15 spots from his starting position, so just a typical day at the office for the Jet.
A couple cars back here, little wrinkles here, little wrinkles there, but I think everybody has gotten everything sorted out, gotten their cars fixed up. The lights are out on the pace car, so we're gonna get this thing back underway once again in the Rebel 100 for the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I tell you, Jamie, I'd like to see a long green flag run here to finish this race out. Just really haven't seen a long one to see how these guys can sort it out. Who's really good on the tire safety strategy.
Yeah, we haven't really had a chance to see what how these cars are going to handle after they've been out there for a while. These have been short runs, so you're right. I'd like to see it go green the rest of the way. See if we don't get a good battle for the win.
As that pace car makes its left-hand turn, we are going to get back underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Green flag is out. Here it is go. We are 2 by 2 down through the field. The first 4 hit nose to tail, and now our first 5, 6, and the caution has come back out yet again. We'll look back through the field here and see if we can't figure out what happened. Magic Mike's got a little damage to his car, and the 58 car is in the middle of the track right now, and he's got it back pointed in the right direction. I think the problem was with the 58 car is he is down on the splitter right now, Jamie.
Yeah, that's not good. He's wrinkled up from front to back. I don't know if he's got any fast repairs left, but he's going to have to get to the pit road and get that car fixed.
As we head back up front here and see how our front runners are doing. Don't know that these guys have come back down pit road is really haven't had a whole lot of green flag laps on these tires. And I would want to think that they're going to want to hold serve here a little bit, keep their track position. So We got a car parked at the entrance of pit road.
That's not good. That was the 95.
He finally gets moving.
Brown.
Yeah, he finally gets moving. Not sure why he was parked there, but he's got it down pit road into his pit box now, so.
A lot of chatter over race comms. Everybody trying to find out how much damage is done to their cars. Asking anybody who'll help them out. Taking a look.
Yeah, I'm catching a little bit of it in the background there. So, and definitely sounded a lot of race chatter between these drivers. Been a lot of damaged cars here this evening. So everybody trying to figure out what they need to get done to their cars, and how bad they are, whether or not they need to bring it down pit road for repairs.
Yeah, William Griffith just took the wave around as the lucky dog. That's going to put him back on the lead lap. So that'll give us 23 cars still on the lead lap with 13 laps to go. Or no, 20 laps to go in this race.
Again, speaks volumes to this series and what they're doing out here to have this many cars come out here and 20 laps to go to have that many cars still on the lead lap, especially after some of those big accidents that we've had here. Great group of drivers here, getting those cars fixed up, getting them repaired, getting them back out on track so they can continue to stay here on the lead lap. As these laps wind down, I mean, I'd like to say something to the effect of, the tempo is going to pick up here and race pace is going to pick up, but since the drop of the green flag, Jamie, these boys have been aggressive.
It's probably time to settle down a little bit. The accidents that are happening are, they're not even happening up front, so it's not guys that are fighting for the lead that are causing these things. So everybody just needs to take a breath, settle down, understand what the situation is, and let's get this thing going green for a little bit.
Well, we'll have to see as this thing gets back underway as we continue to pace around here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll take a look at the ARCA schedule, and only 2 races left in the regular season here, as they have added, if you've not heard, a playoff to this year's schedule. So that is going to be exciting to see, and you will have myself and Jamie up in the booth to call the rest of the season for these ARCA guys to include the playoffs. But we've got Lime Rock next week, 40 laps around there, and then we start with the round of 16 on May 21st at Michigan International Speedway for 50 laps there. The round of 12 at Phoenix International Speedway, or ISM Speedway, or whatever they're calling it nowadays. We'll have 80 laps there on May 28th. June 4th at Auto Club Speedway for 50 laps, and they will have their championship race on June 11th at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 67 laps there.
Wow. I wonder if that's a coincidence that they brought the championship to Las Vegas, where Mike Uribe lives.
I don't know. Maybe it is, or
you didn't want to venture too far from home for that championship race.
Saving on postage, whoever the trophy goes to, you're already going to be in Vegas and just hand it over.
I do believe he was, I think it was last season that he won the championship in the Cup Series. Maybe he wants to be able to have a big party if he wins the championship here in the ARCA Series. Just have it right there in his backyard.
Yeah. But, I mean, it was pretty breaking news this week that the ARCA guys decided to add that 4-race playoff. We're going to be excited to call it and see how these guys do when it comes to the playoffs. But still a couple of races left. We're going to have 18 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and then we'll have Lime Rock next week to set the playoff field. See who we crown as the champion in Las Vegas on June 11th.
It's going to be exciting, and I'm glad they added the playoffs. It's just, you just don't see it these days with, just the regular season crowning the championship, and there's really no sport that happens in. So let's have the playoffs. Let's give everybody, I'd say give everybody a chance, but let's make it exciting.
they are back underway. Garrett Kinder gets a great jump out there. And we are under caution yet again. Take a look back through the field here and see. Can't see what happened.
I hear Peg Leg saying that was on him, so it's kind of helps us out, makes it a little easy to see what we can see there with him. I mean, he looks no worse for wear. Not sure what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened either. We got a 95 car back on pit road. He's still on pit road from before. Take a look at where Peg Leg's at here. Yeah, his car doesn't look any worse for the wear there, so again, kind of another one of those cautions. I'm not exactly sure what brought it out. I see some damage to the nose of the 75 car there, so maybe he got into the back end of somebody and set him around there a little bit. Let's see if we can't bring it back on race replay.
Yeah, we're getting a suggestion from the audience that with all these cautions, turn this into a drinking game and take a shot for every caution.
Oh,
I don't know,
Jamie. I'm not real sure that that's going to work out for us, my friend.
No, not tonight. I mean, usually these races are much cleaner. So this would not be the night to do that on. So what happened?
We're going to bring this back up on replay here. It's looking like Charles going off into turn one, sends it in there, collects up. Not quite sure who it is because he definitely gets into the back of one of the cars and sends him around there for a spin down to the inside. So tough break there. You know, Charles is one of the cleanest races that we have.
Oh yeah, sure.
Cleanest racers we have out here. One of the most respected ones out here. Obviously didn't mean to do that there, but a tough break. As we have had a lot of cautions here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Chuck Phelps would not have done any of that on purpose. So, and I know he feels bad that it happened. And it's funny now that you said what the cause was. Now I can see the damage on the front of his car, where that nose is pushed in pretty good.
Continue to pace around here. Garrett Kinder's still out front, running a pretty good race this evening, and we'll have to see if Mickey Isaac's able to get back around him again. A lot of cautions this evening, Jamie. Lots and lots of cautions.
Yeah, you know, we've seen the big wrecks. We've seen a couple big wrecks, but we've also seen a couple incidents that were, well, we really couldn't find the incident. So some of this could be just a quick trigger on iRacing's part, and really not a fault of these guys at all. So, again, as we've asked a couple of times already, let's get some green flag run here and take this to the finish, so we can see a good battle for this win.
Yeah, Jamie, I'm not too hopeful we're going to see that green flag run, but these guys have surprised us, you know, week in and week out. What they're able to do and how they're able to race, and had some great racing. So knock on wood, knock on SimRig, knock on KinderOnly.com, whatever it's going to take here. Let's get some green flag laps in, boys.
I feel it coming. They're going to run this race out from here. Just when you think it's not going to go well, they're going to get it together and put on a good show.
They're still sorting out the running order a little bit. I'm hearing a little bit on race chatter about guys trying to figure out where they're going to line up. There's the lights on the pace car, I believe, have gone out. They're going to line up 2 by 2 here, and we're going to try this again. They're going to get the green flag this time around. 13 laps to go. And the Rebel 100 here, sponsored by the Magic Manzo ARCA series. Back throughout the field here. There's a little bit of damage on the back, some wrinkle fenders, those types of things, but as much action as we see here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway, not surprising to see a couple of these cars meet up into the field. But our top 10, I'd say our top 8 cars right now are looking pretty clean all the way back to the jet there. So this race is far from over. Still going to have 13 laps to go when this pace car pulls off, and we are going to have a heck of a battle up front, that I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, with all the cautions we've had, it's really a minor miracle that we've got this many cars that are still rolling. So, again, if we can keep together and get some green flag run in here, it could be a good race to finish.
We are back underway, and Garrett gets a great restart. Mickey Isaacson down to the bottom of the track as he has done all day long. Eric Attic follows him right through there in the 23 and makes a move down to the inside.
Going to make a move to the inside.
Oh!
And he's spinning.
And he spins him out. We won't even go to the cut screen on that one.
We caught that one live.
It's just very aggressive driving there. Again, trying to get everything that they can get on every corner, knowing the time is winding down. But just gets in there very hot, takes Mickey out. Tough break there, but it's very, very hard racing.
Yeah, that's a shame. Oh, goodness gracious.
As everybody
We got some guys really flying up here as the field is checked up and going into 3. Luckily, everybody's got it woed up and hasn't plowed over anybody. They had to scatter, but gotten through it.
I can only imagine what Mickey Isaac is saying on his radio right now.
Oh, it would not be fit for broadcast. I know if it was me, it wouldn't be. So,
no, that's for sure.
Mickey, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
Give you a lot of credit, though, JB. I mean, you've been doing well, understanding that we've got people watching our races, and like even a couple times tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you just kind of bit your tongue and you're like, nope, I'm not going to say it. We're like, what happened? You're like, nope, not going to say it. But it's tough, man. I mean, when you're out here, and a lot of these guys, week in and week out, me and you have talked about it for the 20 plus years that we've been racing. You know, we put a lot of time and money and energy into this thing. Why we're not out there at our local short track in a real car doing it doesn't take away from the fact the amount of time and energy that goes into it, and it doesn't take away from the fact that at heart we're all competitors. So we get out here each and every night. We put a lot on the line, and when we have a bad night or we get wrecked or we get dumped, you'll see and hear a lot of emotion come out.
Yeah, and I would be concerned, well, maybe not concerned. Concern may not be the right word, but I'd be suspicious of the person that wasn't upset. I mean, what are you doing it for if it don't matter?
Yeah.
You know, it should mean something, or why are you putting the effort into it? And, you know, no doubt Aaron Adcock did not go into turn 3 with the intention of getting into Mickey Isaac. No. He's out there competing, just like Mickey's competing, and the accident happens, you know. It just sucks to be on Mickey's end of it. And, you know, last night I was on that end. Yep. So I totally understand how you feel, Mickey, and I hope anything that's breakable near you is safe right now.
Just take it out on the dog later. Never mind. If anybody at Pete is listening or whatever happened, I'm not advocating going and beating your dog. I have 3 rescue dogs right now. All I do is give them cuddles. Let's get that straight.
Oh, Mickey, if you beat your dog later, you're on your own, man. You know?
That ain't on me. That ain't on me.
Don't tell anybody that Goat Locker Racing told you to go beat your dog.
All this
right.
is how great organizations come to a screeching halt, Jamie.
Oh.
But again, I mean, for all the cautions that I flew this evening and some aggressive driving, you know, and I think on a few guys' different parts, still been some decent racing throughout the field. You know, our front runners have stayed our front runners, except for this last little incident that has kind of taken Mickey Isaac out of the running here. But you can definitely tell that the intensity has picked up as now the playoffs have been introduced and announced this week. These boys are out here racing for everything they got.
They taken into the playoffs. Has that been said? The positions, is it through 1 through 12 like Xfinity?
I think it's, if I remember right, I can bring up the schedule real quick. This is still pacing around here. I got some time. There's a round of 16, 12, 8, and 4. Only one race per round. So it's going to be tough. So each week they're going to cut the field by 4. Not sure really, you know, how race wins carry over, as they just introduced this into the series. So I'm sure they're still working on the point system a little bit, running into the playoffs, and where wins will get you, take you, or any type of bonus points. But I'm sure some of our strong runners in the series, like the Garrett Kinders and Josh the Jet Oswalds, will definitely be in that playoff and make a deep run into it.
Sure. Pace car will be pulling off here shortly, and Garrett will have control of this field.
So we are back underway. 9 laps to go here in the Rebel 100. 8 laps to go here in the Rebel 100. Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Magic Manzo ARCA series. Garrett gets a great restart and out up front. Now we're going to have to see what Aaron Addix has got for him as they come off to and race down the backstretch. Everybody jockeying for position.
And 23 car is all over Garrett. They come to the line.
Jacob Ellison has dropped back a couple positions here, but he's got that car pointed back in the right direction. He is coming back strong. We have got some tight racing back in the field.
I'm not sure where some guys are at with tires, because I'm seeing some guys starting to make some moves that we haven't really talked about yet. So they might have been in the back here with some of these cautions and have gotten some tires that our leaders really haven't had an opportunity to get.
Right now, our biggest mover in the race is Josh the Jet Oswald. He's up 21 positions from the race, but finds himself in the 4th position.
It's like this is on repeat. Every week we talk about it. He may not qualify the best, but Josh the Jet's going to be, and we're on the caution yet again.
As Jamie says that with all kinds of enthusiasm.
I
Yeah, I get it. As Dan Quinn has brought his number 67 car down to pit road, very damaged. Left front is tore up real bad on that car.
Trying to avoid being like Mike Joy and just, calling people out, but come on, guys.
As he
you guys are better than this.
misses his pit stall and is going backwards down pit lane right now. He missed it by like 8, 9 pit stops. All right. and he's doing the bounce. The bounce is happening, Jamie. You got to see the 67 car on pit lane right now. The hydraulics are going up and down.
See if I can get to him.
It stopped now. He's
Settle
just
down.
he's sideways in the box. I'm glad we caught that one on TV there. I've never.
Man.
The Magic Mike is sitting there with a wounded car himself, so tough break for him tonight. But I would be remiss in the fact.
Prepared and getting back underway.
Yeah, and I would be remiss to say if we did not do a little bit of a race rewind on the hydraulics on that 67 car. Oh my goodness, that is quite something to see there. As he pulls into his pit box, that car just starts bouncing all over the place. Not sure what's going on with these ARCA cars and why it's doing this on pit lane. But iRacing has definitely got some things to fix up here. We'll head back live and head back out front. Sorry, a little bit of comedy there as we're under caution yet again this evening. And this should bring us to a green-white checker, Jamie. Well, actually, these...
well, you sure? I mean, I'm showing 5 more laps.
Okay.
I got a feeling we will get started before the green light white checker comes into effect.
Before we get to the end of this race, I would like to congratulate our lap leader this evening, the pace car, who's led the most laps this evening. So congratulations to the driver of that white iRacing pace car on leading the most laps this evening. I believe you get the 5 bonus points.
Yeah, they probably got Jeff Bodine out there driving that thing.
Well, he's done a phenomenal job this evening. I believe he's the only car that hasn't hit something.
Probably only because he's a ghost car, so.
Yeah, I think I've seen Garrett go up there a couple different times and mess with him, but you know, that's Garrett. He gets. You know, I'm not real sure who does the Jets paint jobs, but man, every car he in is just good-looking car. They are sharp cars.
I heard him over on race comms telling somebody asked him about his numbers, and apparently those are the same numbers he runs on his real race car. So
I saw some pictures on, I believe, maybe it was in the Discord, pictures of his real race car, and yeah, those are the numbers he races on his real race car. So it's cool to see that transition over here to iRacing, but just incredible paint schemes that he puts together.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. As much time as he spends racing, I mean, he runs in a lot of the series here with Original Rebels Racing and running a race car in real life. I haven't driven, but I used to, help a guy out, and I know how much work it goes into getting a car ready to be on the track every week. So, Josh, I'm not sure when you sleep, but. Man, you have got to be one busy dude.
Well, you know, maybe he's hanging out with Matt Kleeman there in that Mountain Dew car, and just they're hanging out every night, chugging some Mountain Dew and making sure that they get ready for not only iRacing but for real racing and everything that the Jets involved with.
Yeah, hopefully you've got somebody helping you out, Josh, because that's a lot of work.
We are going to try this one more time here. Hopefully we can get a run to the end and see where these guys end up shaking out. Garrett Kinder back in control of this race. So that seems to be key here as we've had quite a few restarts to be able to get that jump and get out there to the lead, hold them off for a lap or two, and then the caution flies and you're back in control of the restart yet again. So.
And this is a green-white checkered attempts right here.
And he gets a phenomenal start, and he is out front. His second and third right now are battling each other, trying to see who can get up there and challenge Garrett for the win this evening. So Garrett's got himself a nice little lead at this point in time. His second and third really got kind of tied up with each other. We'll go back and take a look through the field. We got some tight racing back here. And it looks like the 23 car of Aaron Ettick just washed up the track here and lets the Jet drive on by.
But Garrett just took the white flag, so regardless of what happens, this race will end on this lap.
I'm sure a lot of these drivers are thankful that this thing is winding down here. And we got a big accident on the backstretch. They're still wrecking. We'll stay with our leader, Garrett.
Oh my gosh,
there's
four up.
We have another big accident this evening, but congratulations to Garrett Kinder in that 76 Busch car on the win tonight at the Rebel 100 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We got Josh the Jet Oswald finishing second, rounding out our top three as the Jet just clubs him going into one. You gotta love it. These guys love racing with each other. You really got to play a game of hide and seek at the end of these races if you don't want to get tore up.
Man. And Jacob Ellingson was involved in that wreck.
Oh, tough break for the kid.
Great run he'd had all night. That's a shame. That's going to drop him back to, well, probably 21st.
What a shame, as we still got some guys coming across the start-finish line. Once we get everybody across the start-finish line, we'll be able to pull up the results from this evening. But a caution-filled night tonight here at the Rebel 100 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we'll pull up the results from this evening, and then we'll grab our top three here very shortly and talk to them and see how their nights went. Garrett Kinder bringing home that 76 car tonight from Reaper Racing in first place. Josh the Jet Oswald from Full Send Racing coming home in second place. Alan Warnicki in the 48 car in third. Aaron Attic in fourth. Josh Lakovitz. What were we going with, Jamie? Lokenvitz?
I'm going with Lokenvitz.
Lokenvitz, got it. Rounding out our top five for this evening. So a lot of great runs. Good to see Philip Manzo finishing up in 11th position. Great run for him. As we had some comers and goers throughout the race there, Jamie.
Yeah, we did. Man, yeah, this was, again, not the race I expected we would see tonight. But that happens, you know. I'm sure they'll regroup, bounce back, come back next week, and resume their normal great show that they typically put on. So Garrett's got the little crab walk going. That's pretty cool, but he spends a lot of time practicing that throughout the week. I mean, wow. Nice job, Garrett.
I can't believe he saved enough of that car. These guys didn't destroy him enough to where he's still out there doing donuts.
Well, you know, Josh gave it the best shot to get him, but it looked like he tore his car up more than he got Garrett. So, all right,
let's pull him on up in here. And hey, Garrett, you got Pat and Jamie up in the booth. How you doing?
Doing all right, guys. How are y'all?
We're having a pretty good evening here, and I tell you, man, that was probably one of the most caution-filled races we've seen in quite some time here in the ARCA series. So, take me through your race this evening and how you brought that 76 car home with the win.
I was just trying some different lines out there. These things run a lot different than the Cup cars, the trucks that we ran this past weekend. So, had to mix it up a little bit. Finally found a line that really worked for me. I didn't get a whole lot of time to practice, but found a line that worked and was able to use it to my advantage and get past some pretty fast guys up there up front. Mickey Isaac was on rails, it seemed like, tonight. Then, unfortunately, I think he got tangled up with somebody. I didn't see exactly what went down right there, but it was a good time.
Good run, Garrett. I know you didn't want to see all these cautions happen any more than we did, but, you know, it worked out. You kept it up front, and I noticed you had that nifty little burnout there at the end, doing a little crab walk down the front stretch. So how much time you spend practicing that move?
You know, not as much as I should have. It just came natural, man. Ride the brake and hammer down on the throttle and see what happens.
You had it on point, man. That looked good on the broadcast.
Get that.
So yeah, again, congratulations, man. You got any shout outs, any sponsors you want to thank?
Absolutely. Of course, as always, I want to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch for sponsoring me this season. We've had really good luck since they came on board, so it's nice to be able to get them some podiums on a somewhat regular basis and get their name out there. Also want to thank mom, dad back home, brother and sister-in-law, Kane and Colby. I'm sure they're all watching. Sherry, hi, how you doing? Anybody else that's watching, family and friends, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all up from the booth for broadcasting. Y'all do a heck of a job. I really enjoy coming back and watching these races back. And, of course, everybody over at the Original Rebels Racing League, including the commissioners for this league, or for this series, Magic Mike and Hitman.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on the win. Glad you got to home, bring it home in victory lane, and get out there and celebrate, my friend.
Oh, I intend to.
All right, brother.
Have a good night.
Good job, Garrett.
All right, so let's pull in the Jet here. And let's see where he's hanging out. Oh, there is Josh Oswald right there. Hey, Josh, it's Pat and Jamie up the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you guys. How you doing?
Good, man. Well, it seemed you had a little bit of an up and down night there, and we saw you a little bit back in the field, and then finally bringing that car home in second place. So take us through the night and how it went for you, Jet.
Oh, I did not have much time to practice for this race at all. I've been busy in the shop, and we it was terrible in practice, and qualifying didn't go really my way at all, and getting caught up in that wreck early on, having to use the quick repair. I mean, felt like the right front was missing. I could see sparks flying out the rearview mirror when I was trying to get to pit road. And those restarts are really my friend. I mean, I like restarts because I can usually time when the leader's going pretty good and get a good jump and gain a few spots on each one. And all those restarts, I think I gained at least one spot on each one. And second set of tires worked really well, and we saved enough fuel to make it to the end. It was definitely, I didn't expect to finish second tonight, so pretty stoked about it, and I'll take it.
Oh man, Josh, you had a great run, man, and I know you hear us talk about it a lot. You don't always qualify the best, but by the end of the race, you're at some point you're up in the top 5, and we're talking about you. No different tonight. Great job bringing in second. But this is something I want to know, not involved in this race. And we talked about it just a few minutes ago. You run in almost every series that the Original Rebels puts on. Plus, you're running a real life race car, and I know a little bit firsthand how much work that takes. So where do you find time for all this stuff, man?
Oh, you burn the candle at both ends. I mean, we've been behind on finishing the new car for this year. I'm hoping if Mother Nature was going to cooperate tomorrow, we'd have our new street stock on the track tomorrow, but 75% chance of rain. But you got to love what you do. I mean, I'm in the shop when I'm not in here. I also got my wife and my 6-year-old son to keep me busy. It's never ending, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Sure, man. And have fun with it and enjoy it. So any shout outs, any sponsors you want to thank?
Just Magic Mike and Phil Manzo for putting this series on. I mean, I'm not the best at 1.5 or these ARCA cars. It's all still new to me. I'm giving me a place to learn my craft on these big tracks and bigger cars a little bit. And you guys for broadcasting for us late on a Friday night. We appreciate it. Well, at least it's late for me anyway. It's after midnight now, I think. So.
Oh yeah, man, it's late.
Thank my wife for putting up with me always being in the room here running races every night, and my little brother and his girlfriend in North Carolina watching tonight.
Nice.
Well, outstanding, man. Congratulations on the second place finish there, Jet, and looking forward to seeing you out here some more and talking to you some more.
Absolutely. I mean, if it's raining, I'll make the cup race tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, brother, man.
All right, take it easy.
See. All right, another happy guy this evening, and we'll find Alan Wernicke, our third place finisher, as he is sitting right there. Easy for me to find him. I like it when they do that. Hey, Alan, Pat, and Jamie up in the booth. Got a copy? It's like when you're on the broadcast and you're watching like Fox Sports or whatever, and they try to catch somebody when they're in their car and the crew chief's talking to them, and there's like that awkward moment. You know what I'm talking about, right, Jamie?
Absolutely. Yep.
That is this awkward moment right now. Hey, Alan, it's Pat and Jamie in the booth. You got a copy? That would be a hell no. He doesn't have a copy.
I'm not sure he even knows where he's at.
We get the body snatching people in these Discord channels and pull them up here for their in race interviews or whatever it is, and so we'll chat about him. And if he happens to pop in here and go, "What the heck just happened?" But another solid run from Allen in that 48 car to bring it home in third place, and we saw throughout the race there that he had some issues, fell back into the pack, but I think kind of like the Jet was talking a little bit there, that all those late restarts I think really paid off for him and got him up there to where he could finish in third position.
Yeah, and he was fast. He was at the top of the leaderboard in the practice session, before the race. Qualified 7th and got up to 3rd. Not sure, he didn't really back up his practice time, but still was up there and had a good run tonight and had a chance to win at the end. So who knows? Maybe if we'd have had some more green flag laps, might have been a different outcome for him. But good job overall for Allen, and look forward to seeing what he can do next week.
And maybe next time, we won't interrupt him and his crew chief, and we'll actually get to talk to him. So great race tonight, Alan, and we'll catch you the next time around. It's always something, right, Jamie?
Always.
It never goes through quite as clean as we want it to, but we still have a great time, and it's always a lot of fun talking to these guys after the race. And and I believe it was Garrett that was talking about hate it for what happened there with Mickey Isaac. Definitely had one of the strongest cars this evening.
Yeah. So again, Mickey, sorry that happened to you, man. Again, I know Aaron didn't do that on purpose, and all will be good between the two of you, I'm sure. So get back at it next week.
Yeah, as we close out the broadcast for this evening, again, next week we'll be at Lime Rock for 40 laps, and that is our last race before the just newly announced playoff start on May 21st, and we'll be at Michigan to call that race. So from myself and Jamie up here in the booth at Rebels Racing Network, and especially us here over at Goat Locker Racing, really appreciate everybody coming out and taking the time to listen to us and watch this race. And again, congratulations to our race winner, Garrett Kinder, on a great race. And we will catch you all next time.